nitrogen, about 21% oxygen. You got some argon and CO2. But the pressure they exert, yeah, 153, 159. So in this room right now, the pressure of oxygen in this room is about 159, 160. By the time that gets into your lungs, probably right around 100, 105. You look at the second chart. Looking at the second chart, you guys are getting into medicine. Most of you guys are anyway. Here's your, PO2 means partial pressure of oxygen. So we've got dry air right here in this room, about 159. By the time it gets into the lung, about 100. By the time it gets into blood, about 95. So normal blood oxygen level for us right now is like 95. Then CO2, normally it's 40. Also, got nitrogen. So you also got nitrogen in your blood. You got pressure of 573. Now, look at the next chart. As you look at the next chart, now, this one, inspired oxygen levels vary altitude. So they're at sea level. I got Miami at sea level. Total barometric pressure, 760. Inspired oxygen, about 159, 160. And this is the level in your lung, 102. So you guys ever go to Denver? You guys ever been to Denver, Colorado? You guys ever get sick? Any of you guys altitude sickness? See, there's sometimes you go to Denver, there's some people get a splitting headache, get short of breath on exertion, they get altitude sickness. Did you? Okay, yep. So some people get sick, but notice the inspired oxygen in Denver, see how it goes down? We're used to 160, 132. So the level in your blood is like 74, so you get what's called hypoxic. And the higher you go, the worse off you are. You go to, let's see, Mexico City. Now, I don't know if any guys watch, preseason NFL, but sometimes they have a game in Mexico City. And look at the altitude; they're 7,000 feet up. Now, inspired oxygen, we're used to 160. Look at that, about 121. The level in your lung. 64 should be right around 100. So you notice when the football players are playing in Mexico City, they got the supplemental oxygen, don't they? The thing will happen when football players are playing in Denver. They'll get there a week early, so they can what's called acclimatize. What will happen is the kidneys will actually release this hormone called EPO. It's called erythropoietin, and you produce more red blood cells, so you acclimatize. That's what happens. See, the thing is, when you climb Mount Everest, which I'm sure you're not going to do, anybody? Is that on your bucket list? No. But you climb Mount Everest, they stay at base camp for like a week. And you go up to Camp 1, stay there a few days, come back down. Then you go up to Camp 2, stay there a few days, come back down. Then you go up to Camp 3, stay there a few days, all the way back down. What they're doing is they're acclimatizing. They're having their body produce more red blood cells. Then what they'll do is they'll go up to Camp 4, and they won't even stay there. Camp 4, to the top, hurry up, take my picture. All right, let's get off the mountain real fast. Because once you get above, like I think it's Camp 3, they call it the dead zone, because you can't acclimatize anymore. There's like no oxygen up there. If you look at this, top Mount Everest, 29,000 feet. Total barometric pressure, we're used to 760. Look on top of the mountain. Look at that. Only 253, that's not good. This is worth life. Look at the level in your lung. It's actually negative. That's not good. That's why they have to bring supplemental oxygen. So you're almost as high up as, airplane cruising. So say you're cruising in the airplane and they lose cabin pressure. Like, I'll be cruising at 35,000 feet. And they lose cabin pressure. Now what happens? Well, look at the total, barometric pressure, reach 760. Outside that airplane, 160. Won't support life. Look at the inspired oxygen level. We're used to 160, 34. So you can see why those yellow masks, those little cup masks with the bag, they drop. So you got, please put your mask on. It's just that of a small child. Why, you're soiling your linen, right? And the thing is, put that mask on real fast because you're going to pass out. Got to you just grab that thing and latch it on and put it on your little kid or someone you're with. It's okay. It can't support life. You'll suffocate. Negative 44. So this is going up in altitude, Now let's go the other way around. You saw the whole thing with deep sea diving. What's this? This is called hyperbaric. No, it's hyperbaric, essentially, yeah. It's a high barometric pressure. Now we're going the other way around. We're not climbing a mountain. Barometric pressure goes down. Now we're underwater. Okay, now take a look. I have 1 atmosphere. That's us right now. Now see this thing FiO2? That stands for fraction of inspired oxygen. It's the amount of O2 you're breathing in right now. You're breathing in 21% oxygen. Here's the level right here in the room, 160. Here's the level in the lung, 102, and this is the level in the blood. Don't worry about these other ones. Level in the blood, 100. Okay, well, let's go to 2 atmospheres. Now watch it. See how the pressure, see they all go up? Look at PO2, we're used to 160, now it's like 319. It goes up. Look at the level in the blood, up to 250. You get down to 3 atmospheres. Look at that. Look at that goes up to 400. Imagine the nitrogen level goes sky high. That's even higher. Well, look at the level in the blood, 400. That's why it's so dangerous. That's why you get what's called pulmonary oxygen toxicity, because it gets so high. And then if you were to give pure oxygen, this is just, which they don't do, you're talking big time fire hazard. But the person in pure oxygen, look, you get like 2,000. But they don't do that. It's a big time fire risk for going in a hyperbaric chamber, which I'll talk more about that later. So you understand where you're climbing up a mountain, everything goes down, and then you go underwater, everything goes up. And I remember years ago that, we were down to the Bahamas, girlfriend and I. She says, hey, how about for an early birthday present? I'll buy you a thing to go scuba diving. I'm going, okay, all right, yeah, we'll do it together. It was $80. So they do like a little 4-hour lesson in a swimming pool. Then they take you out in the ocean. And I'm thinking, how hard can this be? Right? Won't be doing that again. So what they do is get all the equipment, and it's just dangerous. My advice to you is don't do it. So they get the equipment, and they're thinking, how hard can this be? So standing in the pool, about maybe 4 feet of water, and they put all the gear on. And so right now when you're breathing, no resistance in, no resistance out. But you put all this gear on, now you got resistance. Increases your work of breathing, doesn't it? Plus the other thing that's going to freak you out, you are now breathing underwater for the first time in your life. So that's just thinking, I'm not supposed to be breathing underwater. This is weird. So you go down. Calm down. You got to calm down, sir. Calm down. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. Because you get a little freaked out. I said, I'll do it over here. All right, so put all the gear on and everything, you're down there. And then, you freak out a few times, and slowly you get used to not freaking out anymore. And then they give you basic lessons and all this stuff. And when you're swimming along, if someone accidentally hooks your mouthpiece, all right, your oxygen regulator out of your mouth, don't panic. I'm thinking, all right, I'm 30 feet underwater, and this thing is pulled out of my mouth. This isn't good. So what you do is just breathe out and put it back in again. Oh my God. All right, but long story short, they brought us in the middle of the ocean. It was the weirdest spot in the ocean because there was a sandbar out there. And it was raining sideways. And there was 15 of us on this boat. And I think some of them didn't take a lesson. They thought they could just throw the gear on and hop in the ocean. So I think out of 15, 4 of us actually did it. And I made it. I said, it was quite relaxing. It was actually pretty cool. But, talk about the middle ear. Middle ear was screwed up. You got a cold, you can't clear your middle ear, you're yawning, chewing gum. And the middle ear is all screwed up for a good 2 weeks. I'm yawning, chewing gum. Then I came back, and Faye Reynolds, I don't know if you know Faye. Faye teaches A&P and biology. And, hey, Faye, guess what I did? I went scuba diving. You did what? I went scuba diving. It was really cool. You idiot. What the hell's the matter with you? And she went up one side of me, down the other. You know how dangerous that is? You know how dangerous that is? Yeah. You could have died. And they do. They have you sign your life away, essentially, so you're not going to sue them when you get So say, for instance, you're down there, and you see a shark. Now, with this, see how these pressures all go up? So as you're slowly going down, all those pressures are going up, and the oxygen level is going up. But the nitrogen level is going sky high. So you're down there. Now, when you see a shark, what's the first thing you want to do?
Swim up to the top.
Get the hell out of the water, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to try like hell to outswim a shark. Let me see, is that going to work? No.